Hey guys, it's JStars360 with, hold on, perfect. With number 2 on my top 11 favorite characters from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, before I get into the video, I just want to say that first off, I didn't start Legend of Korra yesterday. I decided to wait until I finished this before starting it. Also, this video might be a little rambly, but that's only because I just really had a lot to say on this character, and I just didn't know what order to say it in, so bear with me. Okay, so the second character you might be able to figure out is a character who, when I first met him, I wasn't really too big a fan of him. I thought he was kind of annoying. I really didn't take him that seriously. But he was very childish, goofing around a lot when the world was in danger. And he should have been doing shit, but instead he was just sightseeing, penguin sledding, and I was just, come on, move it. Now, thankfully, he did grow and develop, take life a bit more seriously, and became more interesting. But eventually I realized, this Aang is 12. Why am I expecting so much of him? He probably gets annoyed when he gets expected so much of him, and that's what makes Aang such a great character. You know, you feel the dilemma of this kid who has this great responsibility. I mean, all Aang wants to do is just be a normal kid, but he can't. He has to be the Avatar, which involves so much responsibility, mastering all 4 elements. His childhood is cut short. He can't play. Kids don't want to play with him because he's the Avatar. He has to master elements. People are trying to kill him. Everyone is counting on him to save the world. He has to defeat this Fire Lord. And what I love about this show is that you really feel the weight of that responsibility on Aang. You really feel that the sense he doesn't want to do. You can feel the Avatar conflicted, and that's what I like. He's not the I'm gonna kick butt hero. He is the I'm gonna kick butt because it's what I'm supposed to do, not because it's what I want to do. And that's just a bit of why I like him. First off, I like how he grows. Nothing is handed to him. He earns his powers through lots of hard work. We see him master the elements, and we see, like, water comes simply to him, but that's because it's water. It's the easiest and simplest of the 4 elements. All the others are tricky. Earth is the opposite of air, which makes it really tough, and we see him struggling to master it. With firebending, we see him afraid to use it, and I love how the show does that. It makes it far more believable that he needs to work to get as powerful as he is. And the show's also really good, showing that Aang can't do everything by himself. He is not a one-man army. He is vulnerable. He can be beaten, which is shown through various ways, like when the archers get him, the numerous times when Azula or Zuko almost beats him, the part in the episode right before the 2-part finale when Aang destroys the Fire Nation boat, and then he realizes there's a bunch more and he can't do it. That's a great way of showing that Aang can't do everything alone. And I also love how, while he does have this all-powerful Avatar state, it comes at a cost. If he dies while in it, the cycle will be broken. I love how they address that. And also, it's not that simple for him to go into the Avatar state. He needs to get really emotional to go into it. And when he's in the Avatar state, he's not himself. I mean, he is dangerous. He can hurt people. He can't willfully enter in and out of it. He could hurt people he cares about when he's in it. He could do things he normally wouldn't do, like he almost kills the Fire Lord while in the Avatar state. So it's an interesting thing how there's great power, but it comes at a cost. So again, there's nice dilemma with Aang wanting one thing, but he has to do something as the Avatar, like he has to give up his feelings for Katara to enter the Avatar state, or he has to kill the Fire Lord, but he's like, no, there has to be another way, and he does find another way, but which was cool. And again, it's interesting how Aang's all about there must be another way. Like, the Avatar isn't always right. Like, it's interesting on a show to tell them, yes, this is what he's supposed to do as the Avatar, but is that what the world needs right now? Like, that was a complex idea to show on a kid's show, and it tied in nicely to the anti-violence. Another thing I like about Aang as opposed to someone like Harry Potter is when Harry Potter finds out he's a wizard, it's the worst day of his life. When Aang learns that he's the Avatar, it's the worst day of his life. Kids don't want to play with him anymore. The monks are debating about his future and what the proper way to raise him is, and you really feel bad for him. But what makes him relatable is that, yeah, he is a kid. And we do feel I've already said this, but you do feel like he does want to be a kid. He doesn't want to be the Avatar. He's always goofing around, smelling. The first thing he wants to do is go penguin sledding. Which makes him relatable to the children watching this. Here's a hero who's just a kid like us. And something M. Night Shyamalan failed to recapture. I also like how Aang is kind and honorable, and he respects others. Like when he's talking to the Guru, and he's talking to Koi, I think that's the name of the face stealer. Or like when he saves Zuko's life in the finale. And I also like, how Aang... Again, I just remembered another great example of Aang feel vulnerable. He's afraid to face the Fire Lord. I love that. Like, he's legitimately afraid. Like, in Harry Potter, I never really got, in the movies, they never really did a good job conveying that Harry really dreaded or was afraid to face Voldemort. He was always brave, and there was no tension because we didn't feel like Harry was afraid or in danger. What I like about Aang is that he feels in danger. Like, he is worried. Like, and the Nightmares and Daydreams episode does a great job showing that. Like, it's like a big test that he's worried he's going to screw up, which a lot of people can relate to. And that makes him relatable, is that he's not going into this ready. He's nervous. He's afraid. And that makes him relatable. Like, he's vulnerable. He's not the generic, I'm going to go beat the bad guy. So that was nice to see. And I like how Aang grows. Like, not only does he just become more powerful, but the design changes and the voice actor changes. The way the voice actor delivers the lines changes. So Aang grows, and it feels like you've grown with him. So in the end of the series, you've been with him, this character, for so long that you're invested in when he goes to face the Fire Lord. And I just blanked out. And he's always likable, always relatable. Usually in a lot of shows or stories, cartoons, I don't find the hero that interesting. I find him really dull and generic, and I just root for the villain because the villain's usually really good and very interesting. But here, the hero is really good. I really like Aang. I really can connect with him. Always relating for the most part, I'm always rooting for him. And I really hope that Korra is just as likable and interesting a character. So yeah, that's all I have to say on Aang. Sorry if this wasn't as hypercharged as the other one's, life kind of might have interfered with my tone, but I don't think it did. But yeah, so this is J Star Wars 360 signing out. Bye.